it's fair to say that the consensus reality sort of view that we humans hold is that we're the sort of recipients of experience, that experiences, both subjective experiences and circumstances, are happening to us. We're on the receiving end of all of this, and we often think as with that kind of view being as prominent as it is, we feel as if we're in a kind of relationship with these things, and as part of that relationship, we're sort of often feeling like we're kind of negotiating these things, trying to arrange them, trying to understand them, trying to make sense of them, try to maybe overcome them or transcend them or heal them or avoid them, change them in some way. Maybe we feel as if we're overwhelmed by them, stressed by them. So that sense of, here I am, and somehow over there is the world of experience and circumstance. And again, it's happening, I'm the subject of it. It's happening to me, right? And not infrequently, again, from this perspective, we can feel as if we're a bit, tensed up or braced, or, kind of sort of this sort of position in relationship to what's happening. And so I'd just like to invite you to explore an entirely different way to encounter what seems to be being encountered right now. And that is just to feel that rather than being the subject of everything that's occurring, that the phenomena are happening to us, but we're somehow on the receiving end, just let yourself sense an entirely different vantage, which is that none of this is happening to you. All of this that's arising is an expression of you. Your thoughts aren't occurring to you. You're not the witness of the thoughts. What you call thoughts is an expression of you. No separation. What's described as feelings or emotions, again, feel all that might be occurring in that realm of emotion and feeling as an expression of your being. Same with sensations. Ordinarily, we think having this sensation, it's occurring to me, it's happening to me. I feel all these sensations, the five senses, as expressions of you. It's like your life, your being that's here, this aliveness. Like a river flowing, and it's got all these, channels that flows off of the river. It goes this way, it goes that way, these waters just pouring forth from the river of life, the river of you. And this is your thoughts, your feelings, your sensations, your perceptions, everything just an expression of you. It's an entirely, feel how different a sense that is. There's no separation. Everything an expression of this life. You may sense a kind of relaxation as you feel your way into that perspective. Nothing is a threat from this vantage, right? There's no one experiencing phenomena. There's just phenomena as a expression of being. We could say an expression of your being, but of course your being is the beingness of life, isn't it? It's life itself. So all of this is the expression of life. It has a feel to me as I say this of kind of outward movement, if you will. This sense of the expression of reality. Another, metaphor that you might find evocative of this is the sense of, the sunlight of being, and all that is arising are the rays of that sunlight. So all the thoughts and feelings and sensations and perceptions and memories and fantasies and wonderings and all the radiance of the light of your being, the light of the being of life. And so from this perspective, we're not the victims of anything. We're not the recipients of life, or the ones receiving life. We are the expression of life. Everything is the expression of life. The shining, the pouring forth of life. No separation. It's like my words are not happening to me. The thoughts and sounds being expressed are an expression of being, of my being. So all of our experience, all that's being perceived, feel it as an expression of being, inseparable from being, its radiance, its shine. Nothing to correct. It's all just the expression of life in this instant. Nothing to manage or arrange. All of it, the spontaneous, unpredictable expression of reality, of life in the instant of its appearance. Can really expand this sense to include all that's being perceived, that we think of again as outside. All of this is being perceived. All the perceptions of what we call the world are the expression of this life, expression of our life, which is inseparable from life itself. Whether we say the expression of my life or life, it's actually the same statement fundamentally, because our life can't be pulled apart from life itself. All the sounds, all the sights, all of it. The entire field, the vast, boundless field of experiencing, all the radiance of the sun of being, the sun of life. No separation. Nothing to protect oneself from, because from this vantage, there's no separate individual who is the subject of experience. There's just a flowing forth of experience, the emanation of experiencing. This constant expression, we could say, of life, this constant unfolding, this constant shining and radiating of reality as all that we describe as thoughts, feelings, sensations, perceptions, the world, the self. Can't really say where any of this is arising from or out of. There's no possibility of determining that. It's simply here. No fixed point of origin, which is quite something to feel. Everything being felt. All there is what's being felt. All of it, the expression of you. Perfect in the instant of its arising. It can't possibly be other than it is, right? Just here in a flash, exactly how it must be. Impossible to be any other way than it could be in the instant, right? It's just bam, just here, just inexplicably, exactly as it is. In that instant, that is the shining forth of this sun of being, the sun of you, the sun of reality. All the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations, the perceptions, all of it, the warmth that this sun gives off, its shine, its luster, its brilliance, all of it. Nothing is anything but that radiance, that warmth, that luster. And all of it completely, utterly transcending comprehension at the same time. Even as we seem to have all these words and ways of categorizing all of this, it's all utterly, entirely beyond all the categories, all the words, all the concepts. Everything in its perfect place in the moment of its appearing. All of it the expression of this groundless ground of being, the mystery of existence, the mystery of this, infinite, absolutely infinite. You'll never run out of details to encounter. There's just endless, right? All these little wisps and flutters and flickers, and the vast, vast majority of what's being experienced entirely outside of any narrative and way of conceiving what it might be. Notice how the feeling of what's here, the felt sense of it, has no narrative at all. It's utterly silent in that sense. Silent of narrative, silent of conceptualizing, silent of knowing what it is. The deafening silence of inconceivability. This ungraspable, transcendental mystery, wholly unknowable, impossible to pin down or identify as to exactly what it is. And yet it appears as all this stuff that we seem able to characterize somehow. It's very paradoxical. Utterly beyond form, beyond name, beyond identity, and yet appearing as all this form, all this identity, all this it's appearing. That's its fullness. Yet fundamentally empty of knowability, empty of description, empty of definition or identity. But so full of, we can't really say what it's full of ultimately, but it is the fullness of reality, the fullness of each instant, overflowing, isn't it, with this sense of presence, this sense of aliveness, this sense of rich, luscious, juicy, sensual